Hey everybody, how you doing today? Get out to vote. If you haven't voted yet, don't watch this Facebook Live, go vote. Again, you can watch it later. If you haven't voted, get out to vote. It's the primary. I voted this morning. It was interesting. My son was here from Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and he had an early flight out, so we left here at 4:20 a.m. this morning to go to Logan Airport, and I dropped him off, came back, and went and voted. So get out to vote today. I want to congratulate in advance all the winners, whoever they may be. I don't know who they are yet, but I want to congratulate them. And I also want to congratulate all the candidates. We had a lot of candidates. I think too many candidates, but that's behind us now. But we had a lot of candidates run really, really, really good campaigns. And I want to congratulate them. So get out and vote if you haven't voted. Get out to vote, get out to vote, get out to vote. Now, can you believe what happened today? Can you believe what Hassan and Biden did, and Kuster and Biden and Pappas, and can you believe what they did today? Now, the inflation report came out today. And I'm looking at my computer here because I was doing some research, and the CPI today, so it's for August of 2022, comparing the CPI for August 2021, and it was up 8.3%. That's so inflation from a year ago was up 8.3%. The estimate was that it would be 8.1%, and that's why the stock market has crashed today. I don't know what it closed, down 1,200 points, but 8.3% from a year ago. Now, what I did is I went back and I said, okay, well, what was it compared to January 2020 when Biden took office? Because, see, there's 8.3% inflation's a big number year over year, all right? But don't be fooled by that, because that compounded on top of, I think it was 5.3% in August 2021 as compared to August 2020. So this is compounding now. So I went and I measured the CPI in January 2020 or 2021 when Biden took office, as compared to August 2022. And the CPI in that period is up about 15%. 15% since Biden took office. So 8.3% year over year is bad. It's really bad. But 15% since he took office is even worse. So, and because of that, the stock market crashed. And guess what Hassan and Biden did today? All right, this afternoon, while this stuff's going on, the stock market's crashing, your 401k is crashing, we're paying more for food and gas and other things. And Hassan and Biden are at the White House having a big celebration about how well the economy's doing. I'm not making this up. You cannot make this up. It goes to show that the Democrats, one, don't care about you. They don't care about you. They think that if they get on TV, if they get on the mainstream media, and they're telling everybody how great the economy is doing, that you won't pay attention to 8.3% inflation and the Dow Jones Industrial's down about 1,200 points today. They are so cynical, and they don't care about you. All right, inflation is hurting everybody. It is an invisible tax. The Fed is increasing interest rates to try to get inflation under control. All right, we are out of whack. Our supply and demand is out of whack, and that's why we have this inflation. Demand is up, supply is down. Demand is up because there's a lot of money out there. And who's putting the money out there? The federal government. Let me take a minute to explain this to you. You have monetary policy on the one hand, monetary policy. That's what the Fed does. They control the interest rates, they control the money supply. All right? They do this thing called quantitative easing, or they back off quantitative. So that impacts where inflation is. And the Fed is supposed to do two things. They have a 2% inflation target, and they're supposed to keep unemployment down. All right. So now they're focused on inflation. And then you have fiscal policy. What is fiscal policy? Well, fiscal policy is what the federal government is spending in money. All right. And during inflationary times, the government should be spending less money. So there's not more money out in the system creating demand, which exacerbates the inflation. Well, Biden and Hassan are spending all this money, and they call this last boondoggle spending the Inflation Reduction Act, which is an embarrassment. You should be offended that they're calling it that. It is doing nothing to reduce inflation. It is adding to the debt. And then you throw in the student loan forgiveness and all that. So we got the Fed trying to get inflation down by increasing interest rates, reducing the money supply. But Biden and Hassan aren't doing their part. Instead of spending less, they're spending more. So there's likely to be more inflationary pressures, not less, and more of this pain we're feeling. And it's just amazing to me, absolutely amazing to me, that on a day when we get an inflation report of 8.3%, which is greater than what the estimates are, and the stock market crashes, that Hassan and Biden and Pappas and Kuster have reason to believe they should go out and celebrate the economy in front of the White House. I mean, they don't respect you, Granite Staters. They think you're going to fall for this messaging game they have going on. They think you're not going to pay attention to what's really happening out there, and it's very disrespectful. They don't care about you, and we have a chance in this election to do something about it. And that's to go out and vote Hassan out of office, Kuster out of office, Pappas out of office. We have a chance in 8 weeks from today, to do something about this. Do not allow Biden and Hassan to mislead you. They are trying to mislead you by celebrating this economy that's hurting all of us. And remember what I said earlier, those who just are joining, remember what I said earlier. When you compare the CPI today, or I should say in August of 2022, to the CPI of January 2021, when Biden took office, prices are up about 15%. Go do the math. And don't fall for this phony, misleading, lying celebration that Biden and Hassan have going on at the White House. You know what's going on. I know what's going on. When I go to the store, when I go to the store, I see what groceries cost. And you know, and listen, let me just tell you this. You know, I think all of you know, I mean, I've been very fortunate in life, in business, but I even noticed how high the prices are. So yes, we will win, Shawnee, in November. You know, we're going to get Hassan out of there. We're going to get Pappas out of there. We're going to get Kuster out of there. And don't be fooled. And talk to your neighbors. I mean, you know, I mean, there's part of this. I saw this White House celebration. I'm like, is this really happening? The Dow Jones Industrial's down 1,200 points. Your 401k is getting hammered. You know, inflation is up 8.3% from a year ago, and they're having some economic celebration. Who are they kidding? I mean, it's just awful. It's terrible. Get out to vote today. Get out to vote, and let's get behind the winners of the Republican primary. Whoever wins, let's all get behind them and support them so that we can get rid of Hassan, Kuster, and Pappas in November. And so, I mean, those who have been watching my Facebook Lives, I'm shifting gears. I'm now focusing on exposing the Democrats and their misrepresentations and their lies. And I'm going to make sure that these folks are exposed. And it starts today with the Consumer Price Index report, 8.3% awful, and the stock market crash. Well, listen, thank you for joining in. I'll be doing more of these, and we're going to go after the Democrats now. Thanks for joining in. Have a great evening, and I'm going to be watching the primary election results. We'll see you. Bye-bye.